Good morning. It is Saturday morning, 9 a.m., and we are headed to work. I like my job for the most part. I'm not a morning person, even though 9 a.m. is not too early. But some days are some shit. I work as a lottery attendant in a little store here locally in Oregon that is kind of like a casino, except for it only has 6 slot machines and like a little bar area. So it's kind of like a bar with gambling. Um, the thing I like about it is, for me being disabled, I am able to alternate sitting and standing, and which is for my leg. I mentioned in a previous video I don't have good use of my right leg due to nerve damage and can't feel it. I can't feel my leg most of the time. And if I'm standing too long, sometimes even just like 10 or 15 minutes, it'll go completely numb and I'll fall, like lose my balance. So I do like that I can alternate my sitting and standing. I can sit behind the counter and cash people out, or I can get up and move around. I do get up and move around when I'm restocking the beer fridges, the drink coolers, making food, whatever. I'm up and around, but I can also sit in between customers. So I do like that. The other thing I like is that I only work part-time due to health issues, but I make tips. So that helps make up to a little bit closer to a full-time income. The area that I work in is not the greatest for tips, honestly, just because of the culture in that area. They're not big on tipping. So tips are a lot less than they were at my other job doing this in a different area. But I love the people that I work with. And actually, I work solo by myself. On every shift we work alone. But in general, like my coworkers, while we're doing like shift change and things like that, I love the people that I work with. I like the job. It's chill. Usually don't have much drama. Sometimes on the night shifts there will be a little bit of drama, just drunk people and whatever, but for the most part it's pretty chill. So I will try to get some footage in there. I don't know how much I can show, but I will try to get some footage like low-key. One 40, 65, 71. Nada?
Nada.
Oh,
Adiós.
have a good day. All right, y'all. So I normally work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and every other Friday, usually opening shifts. So I work 2 to 3 opening shifts, and then I work a Monday close, which is from 4 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. So Saturdays I come in, Friday and Saturday mornings I come in and do a lot of prep work. I hope you can hear me. I have an ear infection, so my left ear is plugged up. I can't tell how loud I'm talking. But Fridays and Saturday mornings I come in, I do a lot of prep work for the night shift, because Fridays and Saturday nights are our busy nights. And so I come in, I stock the kitchen with extra beer cases. I do a lot of food prep. Saturdays I come in and do potatoes. I peel potatoes and get them in the pot for potato salad. We make fresh potato salad here. which is like a huge thing. Everybody here loves potato salad. I don't know, because I don't eat potato salad, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's good, whatever. But so I come in, I do a lot of prep work. I fill the condiments, make sure all the veggies, lettuce, tomato, onion for the burgers, everything is ready to go. Get the potatoes ready for the potato salad. Stock the kitchen, make sure the drink coolers are full. Just a lot of prep and stuff like that for the evening shift. And then mornings are usually pretty chill. They're kind of slow. Tips are not as good on the morning shift versus nights, but I do get lucky every now and then and have a really good day. For the most part, I probably average maybe $30 to $60 a shift in tips, which is not much, especially compared to my other job. My other job, I used to average like $100 a day, even on a slow day. But yeah, tips aren't great. I mean, they could be a lot better, but it does help make this part-time job feel more full-time because of that. The tips kind of make it more of a full-time income. I definitely don't make enough to survive. I do Grubhub and a few other gig apps on the side. I do a lot of Walmart Spark just because with my health issues, my leg and everything, I can't do like loads of groceries up to a third floor, things like that. But so Walmart shows you the addresses ahead of time. Usually I can Google them, or I can at least tell if it's a house or not. And then I just look at the amount of items that are in that grocery order. So I do a lot of Walmart Spark. I do Grubhub. I have Instacart, but I don't really do it too much Instacart because I don't care to do shopping, especially with my leg, unless it's just an item or two, maybe a few items. Even Walmart Spark, I don't do much of the shopping unless it's like 10 items or less. And the pay is worth it because for me it's a lot of work physically, and then the delivery and all that, and I'm kind of slow moving because of my legs, so I can't just get in there and zip around the store. And usually when I do Walmart Spark shopping orders, I usually only do them at the Walmart market. I don't go to the super center. I'm usually just under like 10 items, sometimes a few more if it's not too bad. But I don't do any huge shopping orders. I don't do anything with a lot of cases of like water, soda, things like that. But I do have to do those gig apps on the side. Otherwise, I don't make enough money to survive. And I recently had to move back home with my parents. I've had a lot of health things go on in the last like 2 to 3 years that have put me out of work for months at a time. And so I ended up losing my place, my car, whatever. I mentioned it in a previous video, but I just moved back home. So I have my own room now, finally, because I've been homeless and couch surfing and yeah. But I finally have my own room. I'm back home with my parents, which kind of sucks being 43. But in this economy, it's really hard to live alone, especially as a single person when you're disabled and can only work part-time. With all my health issues, my credit took a huge hit. I have a repo from my car on my credit and lost all of my credit cards and things like that. So I have really crappy credit right now. It's like in the 500s. And then I've never had good credit. I mean, I've had decent credit, and there was a point in my life where I had it at like a 700, which was right before all these health issues started. I had worked so hard to get my credit score up and finally just hit a 700, and then I ended up getting sepsis and almost passed and was in the hospital for a few months. So yeah, right when I built my credit up, it ended up taking a huge tank. And yeah, but yeah, so I'm back home. I do have to pay rent and help with utilities and things like that. We split it. And then I have a car payment, insurance, a few other bills, things like that. And I don't make much hourly. I make about just over $15 an hour. but I do not get disability. I don't want to get on disability. My doctor wants me to get on disability just because of the health issues that I have, but I feel like if I'm able to work and find a job that can work around me and my issues, like the one that I have now, then I'd prefer to work, because if I was on disability, I would only be getting about $1,000 a month, and that's just not doable at all. I make maybe a little bit over 2,000 now, and I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. I mean, I'm not in as bad of a position, I guess, as some people financially, but it's definitely paycheck to paycheck. Things are very tight. I make ends meet by doing the gig apps. And yeah, I mean, I just do what I can do, but I'd rather not get on disability because it's just not enough money for me. And then on top of that, I'm not disabled enough to where I feel like I need it. I feel like there's other people that are severely disabled, whether it's physically or mentally, whatever, and actually need that disability, that are not able to get out and work. So I would rather leave those funds available for somebody else. So yeah, I've always worked 2 and 3 jobs my entire life, but when I was younger doing it, it was just money to blow. I was young and dumb and didn't save anything, and it was just money to blow. Now at my age, with my health issues, I try to work 2 jobs, but it just killed me. Like my health was going down. I wasn't getting sleep. I was constantly sick, so I had to stop working my second job. And so now I just do like the gig apps on the side, because I can choose when I do them. If I'm not feeling good one day, I'm having a bad health day, I can just stay in and do what I need to do. If I'm feeling up to it, I can go out either after work or on my days off. 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Alright, y'all, so it is 1:30. Got a couple more hours before I'm out of here. I get off at 5. No, 6 today. And then I have the Grubhub order to pick up. It's at 8:20 tonight. So I accepted it. It was only 3 miles, or like 2.6 miles, for I believe it was $36, something like that. I'll put the clip in afterward when I get the money. But yeah, so I've got about 4 more hours here. I get off at 5:45, so about 4.5 more hours. Go home, maybe grab a bite to eat, and then head out to do the catering order. My nephew wanted to come with me because he's 15 and does not have a job, but he likes to make some money. So sometimes he will help me do some orders, like carry groceries with me and things like that, and then I'll give him a little cut of the money so he can make a few bucks. So he wants to go out with me tonight to do the catering order. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to pick him up when I get off right after work, and then we'll go do like some Grubhub or something in between the time I get off work and the time that I have to go pick up the catering order. Hopefully we can make a few more dollars than just that catering order. If not, a few bucks always helps. I don't usually work I don't usually do the delivery apps on the days that I work, just because by the time I get off, it's usually dark and I can't see very well, especially with the rain and the headlights and all that. So I do try to go out sometimes before my shift in the daylight, but I don't typically like to work when it's dark out. But every now and then, I do try to take at least one order going home. If I can catch one going in the direction of my house, I try to grab one on the way home every day, but I don't typically go out and like actually work for hours. But I try to always at least get one order going in the direction I'm heading towards the house after work, at least make a few more dollars to add to the jar. Right now it's pretty slow in here. I have one customer. I think I've made $7 in tips all day. But it's been really slow and the machines aren't paying, so it's probably going to be one of those like $20 or less tip days. Okay, y'all, so my shift is over. It is about 10 minutes to 6, and I just got done with shift change. Today sucked. It was slow all day, and then the machines were not paying out, and then the people that were winning were being extremely cheap and not tipping. I made $12 my whole shift. And then last minute, right before shift change, I had a customer cash out a ticket and tip me $10. So I made $22 today on an 8-hour shift, which is horrible, but just happens sometimes. Any money that I can get extra money is extra money. I mean, it's tips, so it's always welcome when somebody tips. I don't expect people to tip, but it kind of sucks when they don't because I rely on those. But I mean, $22 isn't bad. The way I look at it is it's gas money, so every little bit counts. So yeah, now it is, like I said, about 10 to 6. I got about 2 hours before I got to go pick up that Grubhub catering order. So I'm going to head to the house, see if there's anything that's been made for dinner. If not, I'll figure something out and grab the nephew because he wants to ride along and see if he can earn a few dollars. So yeah, wasn't a horrible shift.